Hello everyone, this is Mr. Paradise, Pickin' Paradise, and this video is for a Reddit user, Bavarian. I'm guessing that's Germany or South Germany, so maybe Munich or something. Anyway, so he's been having some trouble with some A buses, and he asked for help, so I'm here to help. Cheers, let's get a little whiskey in you. All right, so I've got 3 locks here. This one I've never picked on video before. There's a reason for it. It's kind of difficult. But I had to go at these before I started this video just now. I started with this one guy. This one maybe took me like 4 or 5 minutes actually. This one took about 3. And the one that usually gives me trouble kind of flew right through. So notorious for A buses. So let me go ahead and start laying down some knowledge. So they have better tolerances. And if they have the tighter keyway, the smaller keyway versus this bigger keyway, which obviously I prefer the bigger keyway. The smaller, well, this is actually a pretty open keyway. So look at the 7240. This thing is notorious. Kind of a very similar shape of keyway, just so much smaller. And this thing just loves to chew picks. It's kind of hard to get picks in there and get around the wording and feel anything. I'm still pretty good at these guys. This keyway is much easier. This one is a nice solid brass shackle, brass body, a little bit more open keyway over here. So, but they all have one thing in common, which is obviously they're A bus. And then the other thing is they're really good tolerance locks. So the other thing I think they may have in common, pin 1 is usually your like key pin or your gatekeeper. So usually pin 1 in all A buses will be a standard or something like a standard, whether it's serrated or whatnot. And then the rest will probably be spools. Now on the lower level locks, maybe even this one or some other ones, they may have some standards throughout the lock. But this one and this one, guaranteed 9 times out of 10, first pin is going to be standard, the rest are going to be spools, and it's just about getting the false set. Now, kind of keep in mind if you're new that just because pin 1 is standard and the rest are spools doesn't mean that you're going to get a false set as soon as you pick pin 1, or that pin 1 is going to be the first binder, because the bottom part of the spool, we all know what a spool looks like, but the bottom part of the spool could be in the shear line or the top part. So you may actually need to pick other pins first in order to go ahead and get a false set. From there, I think it's pretty easy working the pins. So I'm going to try to pick these guys, and I guess I'm going to go with this guy first. I don't even know if I'm going to try the 7240, but I'm going to definitely do this one. I think it's maybe a little bit easier, and then we're going to do the 9050. That's the bidding on this thing. So we can see pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 1, 2, 3? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Well, not too sure. Just going to get into it and start talking about it. So I believe my camera keeps drifting downward, so I apologize about that because I've been trying to redo my camera setup here. So I apologize if it is sagging on us, but anyway, bear with me, boys. All right. So usually, like on this 9050, which actually I got in Amsterdam, actually. So you're part of the world there, Bavarian. Let's see, what do I want? Pin 1 and 2 are so close together that it's pretty damn difficult to, to not just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So let's get into this guy. Let's go get you guys angled up a little bit. Pin 1. pin one's set, but you guys didn't hear it. I barely felt it. I'm using medium tension. So light tension is just enough weight to keep a piece of paper on the wall, and then medium would be about twice that, and then heavy would be go ahead and make your fingernail look a little white there. So hold a piece of paper to keep it from falling from the wall is light, medium is about twice that, and then heavy is make your little finger white. So make your little finger white. It is 4 pins. I'm on pin 2 right now. I'm going to get counter rotation, so that is a nice spool. Pin 1 is still loose. Touch pin 2 and it's in a deeper false set. It's overset. So start all over. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. That is this camera just sagging. I'm gonna have to find out why and what is sagging on the camera. So pin 1 is set. Pin 2, pin 3, pin 4. Touch 2, deep false set. Touch 3, deeper false set. It's talking, so let's set it. Now the back pin feels really tight. It's not giving me anything. There we go, got it open. So, not too educational there, I don't think, because it wasn't the best pleasant of picks, but definitely it. You just kind of keep working those spools and going back and forth and seeing which one's holding you up, because what's going to happen is you're going to pick the standard pin, and then either the standard pin's going to fall, or you. Man, I really wish. I apologize about this, guys, again, but give me a little second here to adjust this camera. Oh, I see what's happening. Yes, okay. So we can do that. That's fine. Okay. Noticed what on the new makeshift boom that I've made. So the standard, you'll pick it, and then you'll pick a spool, and the standard will drop, and then you'll go back and set that, and then maybe you're like 3 deep, maybe you got like 2 or 3 spools set, and then what ends up happening is a spool will drop. So you got to keep going through and finding that correct bind order, because the tolerances are so good on them. But you've just got to start poking and feeling for the spool. So here's a 90-50. Okay, great. So the 50 thousandths isn't going to work. 40 thousandths, top of keyway, Peterson's. I'm going to go right there, see if we can't. All right, man, if that stays in frame, that'll be great. We're going to use a Peterson's Gem, which isn't my favorite pick. Pin 1. Pin 1, false set. pin 2. Pin 1 dropped already, go back to pin 1. Back in a false set. And then this warding, if you noticed, I will rotate my pick around like that to kind of get it, and I'll just kind of pivot it up and feel each one, because it's kind of hard to get around this warding. This is a yell keyway. Okay, 2 is set. Go to 3. 3 is set. And I've got medium to maybe heavy tension on this. Pin 4. And then what I like to do, once I kind of get these started going and feeling them, I will just rub my pick and find which pin feels the lowest, which one feels the firmest and the stiffest that I can touch and do something with. And then I'll start touching it and seeing if that is the next one in line, and if it gives me any counter rotation. Right there. Boom, got her open. Beautiful, first time on camera, and did a really nice job. This is a beautiful lock. It's gotta be one of my favorite locks as far as a nice kind of easier lock to pick. I just love the dead core on it. I love the dead shackle. Sorry about the glare here. I got these new lights and they're working out fantastically, but I could see that this lock is so shiny. I'm so shiny. It's like, there we go. Hey, all right. So anyway, this is the 9050. It's got a dead shackle. It's got 6 pins. First one is standard. The rest are spools. Man, Bavarian, I wish I had a little bit more knowledge for you other than tell you keep focusing on pin 1 and then just work the stack of spools. It is tight tolerances. I hope the... you know, sometimes, man, I struggle with this going back and forth between pin 1 and pin 2. And then I'll pick pin 2 and then pin 1 will fucking drop. And I'll go back and back and back and back and forth. I wish that would have ended up happening on camera today. However, it did not. And that's good because that means that this is only going to be a 14-minute video. So anyway, this is Stock Lock Sunday. I got a 5550 and a 9050 for you guys. Not going to pick the 7240. I hate that fucking keyway. It mangles my picks. And I know I can pick them. So, man, I hope everyone is safe out there. Do your part. Keep that social distancing. And stay at home when you can. Pick more locks, baby. Aloha.